Hey everyone, and welcome to Almost Cancelled. I am Peter, that is Connor, and we are going to talk about Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events, Season 2, Episode 6. It's called The Vile Village, Part 2. So, full spoilers for the episode, as always. Jacques appears to be dead. I mean, maybe
I told you.
Maybe they'll pull a swerve, but he seems to be dead, unfortunately.
I told you he was dead. You just didn't want to accept it because of well, we all know the reason.
Yeah, because you have a track record of being incorrect about things.
Do I?
Yes!
Do I really?
That's not going to work. Don't.
Nah, it was worth a try.
Yes, the answer is yes.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
And you can roll that yes over to every single time you say it. Is it really? Is it really? Yes, yes. Answer's yes. Keep going. To infinitum. Anyway, so we had City of Balloons, we had children possibly being burned at the stake. In fact, my favourite little moment of this might have been when Larry and Jacqueline show up. Well, first of all, I love that Poe's like, "Is that my secretary? Why are you here?" But secondly, my favourite moment, the whole thing might have been, they give this speech like, "Oh no, the rules, this used to be a great town, this used to be a great thing, so what do you want to do?" Pause. Then the old lady, "To burn children."
That might have made me laugh more than anything else in the show so far. Like, I genuinely just burst out laughing at that because I just wasn't expecting it, even though I probably should have been at this point.
Well, I was expecting the joke to be, "No, they still want to burn them at the stake," but I
not
just
that bluntly.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting the "to burn children," like just the sweet old lady.
Yeah.
So that cracked me up. But yeah, so yeah, the kids are quickly framed. Olaf frames them. Sonny specifically, and then the older two being the accomplices, puts them in the jail cell. Actually, a joke I made in the last review was made in this very episode.
It was.
So I'm taking credit for this one. They ask why it's deluxe, and he's like, "It's got a noose."
Yeah, that was the correct answer, it seems.
Yeah. I joked that's why it was the deluxe one, and then sure enough, this episode told us that, so I'll take points for it. But so they're in the jail cell, and they have to escape with a stale loaf of bread.
So stale, even Sonny's teeth can't get through it.
We've seen her bite through like wood and
Steel,
metal,
basically. Yeah.
It's this stale bread. I mean, I know bread can get pretty stale, but I mean obviously that's the joke. But I'm just
It's pretty extreme.
It's pretty extreme. I love, just obviously related to Scatman Olaf. I actually really liked how he just kind of slid into the scene, like because all the reaction was going at the start about it's bad news, and Snicket's talking about getting bad news, blah blah blah, and then it's like they're about to leave, and he just like sort of swoops in. "No, wait a minute, Daddy-O's," and he just kind of like swoops in and gets it going. Anytime he said, "Can you dig it, Daddy-O or cat?" I was basically smiling.
I'm gonna miss Scatman Olaf.
As am I. I also really enjoyed when Poe was in the station and Esme comes in and she completely just forgets who they're supposed to be. And it's like, "Oh, I'm here to see the chief of police." "You're the chief of police."
Deputy?
Detective. Damn it.
Yeah.
So
the same happens again later as well, where they call for the police. The elders call for the police.
Yeah, they're just shouting for the police.
Yeah, and they panic, going, quick, police! And it's like, oh wait, that's us.
Yeah. So a lot. I mean, clearly we've just spent like 2 minutes recounting little jokes that we liked, but so clearly this was a very funny episode. There was a lot of funny stuff in here, despite the fact the whole plot was revolving around trying to burn children, and then quickly convincing the crowd, because they find the Quagmires eventually in the fountain. They solve the puzzle in the little notes, which leads to the fountain. Has a secret switch in the beak, which leads to them again. They're squished into a small space again, like the red herring.
Yes.
And in fact, that's one of the main plot points that Olaf brings up, is that we need something bigger. They're going to have a growth spurt. We have to have a bigger containment solution for the orphans. And then they're going to try and steal the hot air ship.
Yes.
Of course, they don't get very far with that, but that's the plan at least. But yeah, so they do all that. But yeah, so as soon as like when the town are hunting them, then Olaf's arranged pitchforks for everyone.
Yes, it's a proper angry mob. Old school style.
And they see that they've got 2 more orphans. Like, where did those other 2 orphans come from? Olaf just quickly says, "Hey, why don't we just burn them all? And then everyone's just like, yeah, burn them all. So now we're going to murder 5 children. Now,
So is burning at the stake murder? Sounds like justice to me.
I'm going to let that speak for itself. I don't have to say it into that.
Look, I'm just saying maybe the orphans deserved it.
We're still going about this sugar bowl, which Esme even says it's part of a set, which makes it sound like it's very much an actual sugar bowl. Although, I'm still sure this entire tea set is a euphemism for something.
Yes, but when the dancing is actually dancing, who knows?
Who knows? Yeah, but she uses it as like, oh, you've lost all the orphans, but you've still got me. We can go get the sugar bowl. Like, the sugar bowl has to be something besides just being a sugar bowl. If it's condolence for losing the 2 fortunes you were going to get from all those brats.
Right. But she doesn't care about the fortunes anyway, right? So she's like, "Hey, I'm rich anyway. Just just come share my fortune."
Oh, not anymore. She's not. She can't go to her bank account. She's going to prison. She takes a step towards her money, she's going to hell. So
you'd think, but in this world, when Mr. Poe is the banker,
this is true. Yes. Who's all too willing to let the children be burned at the stake because, well, those are the rules.
Yeah, exactly.
So maybe. So Esme is still very much in play. We do save the Quagmires, but the Quagmires end up being separated again. That's it. It's different this time because it's not just they're captured again. Now they're safe.
They escape.
Yeah, they escape in the hot air ship, and I feel like obviously we're going to see them again, but I feel like okay, now they can figure some stuff out off camera or something, and they'll have more information for us when they come back, and it'll be a whole thing. So yeah, this was Sunny driving a fire engine, as you do.
Why not? And no one really questions it. There's a few offhand comments about, oh, that's weird.
Yeah. Well, because that's the thing. I mean, just to separate it again from the rest of the story so far, is that we then end this episode with Poe taking them away to another Guardian. It ended with our trio riding off into the sunset in a fire truck. That's how we ended this episode. So they're on their own. They're choosing where they're going next. They've got clues to where they might need to go, and they're going to go. And I have to say, I'm excited because I noticed the title of the next one was a hospital, and I'm like, oh, that sounds like a fun setting for this. And the image of on Netflix was Olaf with doctor gear on. I'm like, oh,
obviously.
Yeah, okay. So Esme's probably going to be a nurse.
A lot to live up to though, following Scatman.
Following Scatman. See, I think you go in the opposite direction. You make it mad scientist. Do the mad scientist.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. It could be probably just as fun, but it's going to have to be a strong disguise.
There's definite potential here. I feel like this one especially. I mean, the show's been doing this so much, but so much of this one was very much like stopping, doing the wordplay with Snicket. In various fashions, a lot more corrections, all that kind of stuff. The plot was actually straightforward because this was a shorter episode. This was only about 40 minutes compared to the usual 50-ish.
Yes.
And I think, and that's not a criticism against it, but I think as we were talking about it, I'm kind of feeling like there was less in there to do because
it was less actual plot because it was more just prison break,
find the Quagmires, go on the run, balloons up in there. Obviously, there was a lot of nice fun banter back and forth. I like that he goes so Scatman with Poe's wife that she just doesn't understand him. He goes so Scatman, and Esme has to be like, he's going to give the orphans bread and water, and then he'll come up and do an interview. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. That reminds me, obviously, the opening song changes every episode. It has the extra verse bit by the Olaf of the episode. And this time he obviously was doing the Scatman part for that, and that was a lot of fun.
I may have accidentally skipped it.
Oh, you don't skip intro, do you?
Depends on the show.
Yeah, I agree, but on this show, because it's different every episode, I don't.
I'll be honest, I forgot they changed it every episode, so I've been kind of skipping it the last 3 or 4.
Oh, you've been missing some fun stuff.
I can go back and watch them, it's fine.
You could, but you're not going to.
Probably
Although
not.
You should go back and watch this one at least for the Scatman.
It's like, I remember when I was watching Mindhunter on Netflix. Yeah, I'll skip because the intro's fine, but it's whatever.
It's 2 minutes of here's just a piece of music.
But when Stranger Things and Dark were watching that, I like the music too much to skip it. I was like, no, I'm getting into the mood of this.
That's true. I do this one just because of the extra verse. I like to see what's different for this one.
Yeah. That was the last thing we did. Yeah, we did half of Jessica Jones. Like, I was skipping that every time.
Oh god, yeah.
That was like 2 minutes long, and it was...
I quite like that theme, but I just wanted to get through those episodes as quick as possible.
It's funny, though, because when we did Jessica Jones Season 1, the option to skip the intro wasn't there yet. That's a new thing since then.
Oh, can you imagine if it was there when we were doing Iron Fist?
That's right, actually, 'cause I remember during Iron Fist actually scrolling through
manually skipping
it, and like learning exactly what frame I should be on so that it would just perfectly go into the start of the episode.
Yeah, I did the same.
I had it down in an art form, whereas now you just press the button and it goes.
Oh man, skip intro is such a good feature, isn't it?
It's a good feature. But there's no point in putting it on the Stranger Things episodes because I'm never going to skip it.
But
it's too good.
Netflix doing the right thing.
No, this was a delightful episode.
It was.
And arguably, it was probably the darkest one. Because not only did we actually have... we had Olaf literally have someone murdered. He pinned it on the kids. And then the whole town was trying to murder all of the children. And it's not even like they didn't know what they were doing. They knew they were trying to murder children. And they were wanting to murder the children. They were excited about murdering the children.
Can we stop saying murder? They're dispensing justice.
It's murder. There's been no trial. They've not proven a damn thing. It's not justice.
It doesn't make it murder.
Yes, it does.
Look, I'm just saying, if they want to burn some orphans at the stake, maybe they should be allowed.
I hope your children are orphans.
That's fair.
I think that was a pretty good joke on my part.
Oh, well, wasn't bad actually. It took me a second to go through it. It was like, yeah, not bad.
I'm proud of that one. That was good. That was good. Anyway,
there's a piece of music in this episode that keeps coming back up, and it was bothering me so much because it sounds so similar to something, and I don't know what. It's going to bother me if it comes up again in the season. It might clock randomly, or if I just remember at some point, I'll update when I get to it. But I just want to mention that in case someone else can help me out in the comments.
I like some of the. I mean, we still had the green screen problem in this one. Is like last one.
I thought it was actually a bit worse in this one, especially when they were stood in front of the statue of the fountain. Yeah,
no, that's fair. I did like how some stuff looked. I liked how it looked when they had the ladder and the fire truck up to get to the drop ladder from the ship. I thought that was a nice little set piece.
Yeah, that and the airship looked like the CG I expect from this. So it was like, okay, no, that looks fine.
It was just a fun idea. It was a fun idea of having the big ladder and going up to the thing. It was a nice little moment. All the crowd chasing after them, and then turning on Olaf and Esme because they broke a rule of having a mechanical device. Apparently, there's no exception for the chief of police.
Yeah, not this time.
Yeah.
I did like the harpoon gun though.
It was okay.
I'm just always down for shooting a pointy arrow at orphans, basically, is what I'm saying. I think this show's rubbing off on me a bit.
I feel like this review will be remembered for the one where Connor really wants to kill orphans. That's what the theme of this one's been.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I think the show's rubbing off on me. Give me another few episodes and let's see where I am then.
Alright, well, that's episode 6 of season 2. We'll be back with episode 7 soon. It will not be tomorrow, I can promise you it will not be tomorrow, but we should be back the day after that with another Lemony Snicket season Fortunate Events, if I can say it properly. I tried to say it quickly and I fumbled it completely.
It's too long to say quickly.
It is too long to say quickly. You have to... Yeah. It's like a...
It's a bit of a tongue twister. You got to enunciate every syllable individually, otherwise that's it, you're screwed.
Yeah, you can't just ramble through it like I did everything else at the end. But hey, like and subscribe, all that stuff. Get us on Twitter at mail_fuzz for channel updates. If you want to support the channel, over at patreon.com/mailfuzztv. You can get a link to that in the description, but otherwise that is us. Thank you very much for watching. Keep watching TV, guys. Have you got any vanilla?